I went out with my mates to celebrate that night. Before I met up with my mates, I walked into the shop and I put the biggest bet on I'd put on to that point. It was a football accumulator. There were 6 matches, and 2 of the matches there had to be a draw, 3 of the matches both teams had to score and one of the favourites had to lose. I put £500 on this bet. I walked upstairs, I started getting drunk with my mates, and that night £500 became £34,968. And that was the biggest single win that I'd had and ever would have. From that moment onwards, not only did I kind of feel like I was totally invincible, I thought it would happen every time I did it. When it doesn't, well, it doesn't matter, it's bound to happen again at some point. But actually the worst thing about it was that was when it became like a drug, because now if I didn't win that amount of money, it didn't give me the same rush, buzz, hit, just like a drug, and I wanted that every time I did it. So I started to put more and more every time I bet, bigger stakes. So I'd keep doing it, but also I started to feel guilty, embarrassed, ashamed, stupid, emotions that I wasn't used to dealing with. And I started to combat those by drinking even more alcohol, taking drugs, and life just started to spiral in a very, very different direction. I never told a single person in the world that I won that money that night. That was pretty hard, but I also lost it in a few weeks, and when it was gone, I wanted it back. Started trying to win it back, and then once I'd lost that money, I started to get into debt. And I guess over a short period of time, that changed completely. The nature of my job was kind of walking from the office to the Lloyd's building. Historically, on the way there, I'd stop, go into the shop for 15 minutes and have a bet. That now became times where I'd be in there for maybe 3-4 hours. I wouldn't do what I was supposed to do. I'd then make up a lie about what had happened. And rather than that happening kind of once a week, it started to happen 3-4 times a week to every day. By that point, I had 4 bank loans, I had 5 credit cards. I'd missed a couple of months rent payments, and financial situation was starting to become pretty dire, to tell the truth.